Hey guys, and welcome to Thrive in Your Mind Thursday. Today we're talking about how you have everything you need to succeed already inside of you. So, if you are on the live, please say hello. And I'm really excited for this topic today. It's very timely. I'm going to share a little story with you, and I want to also share about a special event I have coming up today, a free live event for you about creating radical positive change. And this is really what it's all about. I really do believe that right now we can choose to look at what's going wrong and come from a place of fear, or we can come from a place of knowing that everything's going to be okay, because it always is, right? If you've been walking this earth for however many years, you know that you always survive, right? You always come out on the other side, and it's what do you choose to see? And the time from where you are right now to when we get to the other side of things, to where you're back to where you want to be, that in between period is going to, your experience of it is going to really depend on how you choose to look at it. What do you choose to look at? What do you choose to see? What do you choose to believe? So you have everything inside of you that you already need to succeed. By the way, if you don't know who I am, I'm Nikki Gangemi. I'm the host of this group, and I help people reprogram their mind for success, because that's really what it is. It's about retraining your brain and understanding the thoughts that you think, the belief systems that you have, and recognizing that when you're getting in your own way, when you're self-sabotaging, you really do have the power to take back that control and to pivot. And it's a practice, and the more you do it, the better you get at it. So a couple days ago, I was reading from one of my really favorite books. This is such an old book, but I highly recommend it because there are so many great stories in here, so many lessons. It's written out like a calendar, so for each day of the year, there is a little lesson and a story. And it's A Deep Breath of Life by Alan Cohen. And I was reading this one lesson, and it's entitled Eggs. And it's not about what you think at all. But I want to read you the passage because there's a really great lesson in here. And then we're going to talk about what that is. So he goes and he writes that while watching a public television program on the process of human birth, I learned an astounding fact. When a female child is born, her body contains all the eggs she will ever produce as a woman. This fact bears tremendous symbolic import. When we arrive on Earth, we contain all the potential for everything we will ever accomplish. No matter how long we are here or what we do, we cannot add to our potential. The question is not how much potential do you have? It is how much potential will you live? Isn't that amazing? I'm just going to pause there. How much potential will you live? When I read that, what I hear is that we have a choice, that we already have everything that we need inside of us. It's how much are you willing to allow yourself to shine, to allow yourself to stand out, to face any fears that you have and rise above them, move through them, and get to the other side. So I'm going to continue. It's almost finished. He goes on to say the word education is derived from the Latin educare, meaning to draw forth from within. True learning is not accomplished by pounding something new into our psyche. It is allowing your innate wisdom to come forth. Much of what we call education is not a drawing forth, but rather an indoctrination or regimentation. Real education spotlights a child's uniqueness. Now this is for you too, because you're all once a child, right? And that inner child is still very much inside of you. So real education spotlights a child's uniqueness and stimulates her to discover and act on her natural talents. What would you be doing differently if you knew that the seeds of greatness were already within you? Everything you need to succeed has been given to you. What you are is God's gift to you. God, universe, source, whatever you want to call it. What you make of yourself is your gift to God. So I just loved this so much because it was really a reminder that we have everything that we need inside of us. And so often we doubt that. And we look to what other people say. We look for permission from other people, whether it's family, teachers, mentors, friends, society. And that's where we lose our power. The story that, is it making sense, you guys? I want to know, because I found this like amazing. I read this and I was like, wow, amazing. So let me know if this resonates with you too. I would love to know. Comment below the video. So now I lost my train of thought. Okay, so I quit my job back in June. I was a teacher for 15 years, quit my job to fully be in my business. Scariest thing I ever did, because there was no certainty in just being a business owner, right? And being on your own and not having any support. Let me scratch that. I have support, but not having not having a husband, right? I'm doing this all on my own. So it was very scary for me to quit a job and to have a mortgage and to be doing this by myself. Okay. So in the summer, around, I think it was July, I came home one day and there was a ladybug that decided to die on my house. So on the siding, right above my mailbox, next to my front door, there was a ladybug and it was just stuck. And I looked at it and I said, oh, that thing is dead. And I didn't touch it because I don't like bugs. I went inside the house and, days passed, the ladybug was still there. I decided, I made a meaning in my mind that maybe that ladybug is a sign. Maybe it's a sign that I'm going to be okay. And then every time I saw that ladybug, I thought in my mind, okay, I'm going to be okay. See, that ladybug is still there. Days, months passed. Finally, it's been 8 months, and just yesterday I finally knocked that shriveled ladybug off the siding of my house. She had lost her red color. She was a little bit shriveled and very much dried out, and she was this pale orangey brown color. And I was having a conversation with a colleague and now new friend, and she was saying, Nikki, it's almost like that ladybug represents the old you, who you were, and you're no longer that person. And you can let her go, because when you left that job, when you left that life and you stepped into the entrepreneurial world, the old Nikki never would have done that, right? You had to become a new person. You had to, step into the next version of you. And the power that you have, like what I read in the book, the success that's already inside of you, it's already inside of you. It's not outside of you. We don't have to look to outside people and society to say that we're good enough, because we already are. And when we take back that power and go within, and what if every step we took, what if every decision we made came from the perspective that this is a done deal, that your success is inevitable, because you already have everything that you need inside of you? How much better would that make you feel? How much more confident would you feel? Because even that confidence that we think that we lack and we look outside of ourselves, confidence doesn't come from out here. It's already inside. It's, can you tune in to yourself? Can you tap in long enough to be able to access it and feel it? And that's part of what I teach when I work with my clients. So I hope that resonated with you, that made sense. Any questions, comments you have, post them below. But do know, trust yourself. It's not that you've got to learn something new. You already know enough. And of course, there's things we need to learn. I'm not, saying that. But trust that you don't have to keep waiting and taking in more and more information. I was online and I saw a mother post that now that her kids have been home and they've been getting homeschooled, and there hasn't been so much regimentation and routine, her kids are really taking a genuine interest in learning that wasn't there before. And it just shows that this is true. What I just read in Alan Cohen's book, that education, it's a drawing out of what already is within us, instead of ramrodding this information into kids and into yourself. Because if you are an entrepreneur, you're likely trying to consume a lot, right? So take a breath, take a step back, and just kind of get quiet and listen to what's already inside of you, because there's a lot going on there. And part of that is really getting out of our heads. It's dropping out of our heads and down into our hearts, because the fear, that fear that's inside of us, that's all in our head. When we're in our head, we're in fear. And we've strayed away from who we really are at the core. Your spirit, your soul, whatever word you have for it. I try not to get too hung up on words, because they've got a different meaning to everybody. And sometimes it can block you from getting the point, from understanding the perspective. So how can we rise above our fear? Because when I see the word fear, I heard this one time. The acronym for fear, FEAR, is face everything and rise. And I really love that, because how can you lean into fear just a little bit and breathe through it, because you're going to be okay. Like I said, if you're still on this earth, you've been okay all along, and you will continue to be okay. How can you lean into fear, embrace it just a little bit, breathe through it, stay in the moment, and rise above whatever perceived reality you have in your head, and question everything. Question, is this true? Is this really true? Is it a fact, or is it a belief? Am I coming from fear, or am I coming from love? And anytime you tune into yourself and who you are, your soul, your spirit, you are coming from a place of love, and you know a lot more than what you think you do. So give yourself some grace, give yourself some credit, and we would break through that invisible barrier, because that's what it is, that fear. It is just an invisible barrier. And when we give ourselves permission to rise, to shine, we can really live big and live bold. So that's the message for today. I want to take a couple minutes to tell you about the free event I'm hosting today with Project Positive Change. It is, the time is now. Create radical positive change. I really believe this is a reset for us right now. We've strayed away from being present. We've been so much in our phones and in our devices, and physically present with our people, but not there emotionally or mentally. And I see that changing. I see more and more people having conversation and talking with people that they haven't talked to in a while, and when they ask how are you, they genuinely mean how are you. And we lost that. For so long, when people said how are you, that just meant hello. They really didn't want you to answer. They didn't have the time or the headspace to even listen to how you were doing. And I'm not saying that was everybody, but that's what I saw. Now, however, it's shifted, it's changed, and people are slowing down. And that's really a gift. It's really a gift to slow down and spend more time actually being present in the conversation that you're in, and listening to people, because people, they don't remember what you say. They really don't remember the words, but they always remember how you make them feel. And I'm seeing these people connecting. I have gone outside a couple of times to go to the park. The park where I live is still open, and there's people walking around. I'm actually seeing families, like mom, dad, and 2 teenagers, and they're walking around the course, and they're having conversation, and they're laughing. And normally those kids would have their head in a phone, and now they're not doing that. And I think that's great. So there's always positive in everything. There's light and there's dark. And it's, where are you looking? Where do you choose to put your focus? And what if you gave yourself just a little bit of time each day to be grateful for what is going right, to be grateful for what is working? You could always go back and look at the negative and worry. You could always turn on the news and get sucked into that. That's fine. But give yourself a gift. Do yourself a favor to spend even just 5 minutes. It's not a lot. even just 5 minutes of your day focused on what's good, what's positive. So this free event is taking place over on the Project Positive Change Facebook page. I will post the link below the video. All you need to do is head on over there at 3 p.m. today. It's a 2-day event. So 3 p.m. today and tomorrow, which is Friday, March 27th, will be live at 11 a.m. This is Eastern time, you guys. We've got a bunch of people, change makers of Project Positive Change, thought leaders, and they are going to share some simple but effective tools on a variety of things, including how you can boost your immune system, shift away from fear, stay centered, and reclaim peace. How to calm down those worrisome thoughts and lean into possibility. That one really excites me. We're also going to be talking about and giving you tips for dealing with the unexpected through grace, becoming more resilient, which I already see this happening, and working from home with more productivity, and so much more. We've got amazing people that are going to share guided meditations with you, different alternative healing modalities, and it's going to be so amazing. So please join us over there today at 3 p.m. Eastern, and I'm going to post the link. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. Stay positive, stay healthy, and I will see you all soon. Bye for now.